Hello everyone and welcome back to another day of Road to TCG Worlds 2016, where this week we are featuring a Mega Gardevoir deck. So I think we've done okay-ish up to this point with the deck. We had a rough loss against a Trevenant deck, like a really rough loss, and we're actually up against another Fairy deck this time around, so we might be seeing a Mirror Gardevoir EX match right now, which I would be really surprised about. But it should prove fun, I guess, as long as we both get set up and things like that. The Mega Turbos and the Max Elixirs will definitely make a difference, and our energy counts could potentially also make a difference in the match. So we'll see how that goes. We get a less than stellar start as we get a Spritzy, but I guess it could be worse. My opponent, yeah, it is an 100% mirror match actually. So we'll see how this goes. Now, I don't know if you guys can listen to the background music. I hope you can. Might be a bit too low. Okay, so my opponent even goes first. So not good at all for us. I mean, we could potentially get the turn 1 Geomancy off if we got an energy off of the Max Elixir to power up our Xerneas. My opponent is actually running Tierno and looks like he's running a max rarity deck. So I top deck a Verseeker, not gonna be too useful. Probably the max potions are not gonna be useful either. And I get an AC off of this, Trainer's Mail. Not really what I was looking forward to. So, what is my play here? Do I just give up on the turn 1 Geomancy? And I go for a... Shaymin here? I can get rid of the AC. And I guess the max potion. I mean, I really foresee us like taking each other out every single turn. So I'm gonna be forced to get a Shaymin. I will be able to attach an energy here. I will be able to play down my stadium, and I will be able to set up for 3 cards. So hopefully we see something good. Nope. I guess I can play the Max Elixir. No energy. So I can't even Sycamore because of the fact that I have both Aromatisse in my hand. So I'm gonna get back the AC and I'm gonna use it once again on my Shaymin to draw a couple extra cards. But that's 2 potential healing cards along with a Verseeker that we will not be able to use later on. I do get another Spritzy, so that's good because we will be able to get 2 Aromatisse in play, and doing 10 damage is definitely not worth it. It's better to conserve the energy, so I'm just gonna pass my turn here. I would love to top deck something like a Gardevoir, but not having a Gardevoir in play means that we're gonna be delayed quite a bit against my opponent's attackers. Now he could potentially get the turn 2 Mega Gardevoir EX attacking. He does go for the Evosoda with a Skyla, so we're running vastly different supporters. And if he gets another energy into play through Max Elixir, but no, he's not gonna do that. So he only life leaps for 20. Looks like he's a bit stuck as well. And I top deck a Mega Gardevoir EX, so... Oh, damn it. Why? Seems like every time I'm gonna top deck every single card that would help me, because now I'm gonna be forced to discard this Mega Gardevoir. I have no way to recover Pokemon, therefore it's now 2 Mega Gardevoirs against 1 Mega Gardevoir. And I still... and even if... I give up, guys. I absolutely give up. I attack with Shaymin and I get all my energy I have in play out of play. And I don't even have a follow-up for next turn, and I'm halfway through my deck. I hate this game sometimes. This is the reason why I prefer the video game so much more. So much more. Doesn't matter that doesn't matter how good I am. There's nothing you can do against this. Nothing you can do against this. Absolutely nothing. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I know you guys tell me a lot that I should not complain, but come on. I mean, it's like, oh, something bad can happen? Yeah, let's make it worse. Oh, there's all my sycamores. So nice of you to show up. Oh boy. I'm really on tilt. Like, big time. Freaking heck. Okay, so we might not be completely lost here. Gonna retreat onto the Xerneas. Gonna move one energy onto the active. And then all other energy onto Gardevoir. And then I get to Geomancy and get 2 more energy into play. And I will put the energy onto Shaymin, because if Aromatisse gets knocked out, I lose Aromatisse, but not an energy. And if Shaymin gets knocked out, I lose the Shaymin, but not an energy, but not Aromatisse. So that's why I'm choosing to power up Shaymin instead of Aromatisse. Now my opponent top decks the Xerneas, so looks like he's gonna do the exact same thing. And now, if we had the Mega Gardevoir, we could attach an energy, Lysander, and KO the Gardevoir, because my opponent made the mistake of not spreading out his energy. So an Ultra Ball or a Mega Gardevoir top deck here. Verse Seeker is neither of those. And that means if I Sycamore, I will lose all my energy, or I will lose a lot of supporters, the Spirit Link and the Verse Seeker. So I'm definitely not gonna do that. I mean, yeah, I cannot risk this. So I have to Professor Birch here. Hoping to get another Gardevoir, I need to spread my energy. At least my opponent is not getting good cards either. Still no Mega Gardevoir. I do get a regular Gardevoir, I guess. That's something. I'm gonna play the Max Elixir. Once again, I whiff. And will I get an Ultra Ball now? I do get an Ultra Ball. So, I mean, it comes down to, does he have the Mega Gardevoir and the Lysander? Or if not, I will have it next turn. But the problem is, I could save him the Lysander, but yeah, I think I'm better off taking a price card here against the Xerneas, because 1, 2, yeah, I have 6 energy. Next turn I'll have 7, and I have the Verse Seeker for the Lysander, which is not in my discard pile, so never mind. I still think it's a good idea to KO the Xerneas though. I really think it is a good idea. I'm definitely gonna move the energy around. Attach 1 to Gardevoir, and I think I'll leave it like this, just in case he has a Lysander and a Mega Gardevoir to KO the regular Gardevoir. I don't want to put all the energy on there. So I'm gonna leave them spread out like this. And I'm gonna Brilliant Arrow and take the first KO. Well, not the first KO, the second KO of the match. My opponent did KO a Spritzy first. And actually, if he Lysandered up the Xerneas or the Aromatisse, that would be a bit problematic. Not the end of the world, but a bit problematic. My opponent has the Verse Seeker, which he most likely top decked. He might get an Ultra Ball here. Okay, he gets the Evo Soda, so he will get Mega Gardevoir in play, but he will be dealing 180 damage unless I'm missing something. Doesn't do damage based on... It only does damage based on your own Pokemon, not your opponent's as well. So he's gonna do 180 damage, and I'm gonna be able to KO the Mega Gardevoir back, which is obviously great. Even greater would be a Max Potion here. Or if I had a Spirit Link, I could AC, and that would be absolutely magical. But unfortunately I don't. I'm gonna transfer the energy here. So I guess my play is to Sycamore here in order to potentially get my second Max Potion, I believe. But I still have it available, or potentially another Mega Gardevoir in order to conserve the energy at least, like a Spirit Link and a Mega Gardevoir. So there's the Max Potion. That's pretty lucky. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty lucky. I'm really surprised. Like, I have no idea how I pull off these games sometimes. I really have no idea. I mean, I don't know. There's the victory. So yeah, my opponent concedes. He realizes I got the Max Potion. So we managed to win the Mega Gardevoir mirror match. And once again, I apologize for my complaining. But like the kinds of hands I get, it's just on the top decks. It's really, really incredible what goes on. So I don't know if we managed to compensate that bad luck with skill or with deck building, because we did see I was running a Sycamore Professor Birch engine, and my opponent was running Tierno and Skyla, which I would argue is definitely not optimal. And he had Max Secret Rarity Ultra Ball, and the whole deck was full art and everything. So it's not like he lacks the Sycamores, you know? He just opted not to play them. And honestly, in standard format, unless you're running a very, very specific deck, the non-Sycamore version of a mirror match is definitely going to be the inferior one, at least in most cases. So yeah, there you have it, guys. There you have it. Now seems like we're up against a Darkness deck, potentially Yveltal. So no supporter, which is no surprise to absolutely anyone. My opponent does mulligan, so that's great. That is absolutely great. We will get an extra card, and we will be able to thin out our deck through Geomancy a bit. So that's obviously good. Now it looks like my opponent didn't mulligan twice. Oh boy. Like, I guess I am only running 6 supporters, right? 4 Sycamore and 2 Birch, like 6 draw supporters. But then you add the 2 Shaymin, that makes it like 8 useful cards. And then you add on top the 4 Ultra Ball, which could get the Shaymin, means that's 14 potentially good cards. Like, just one of those on turn 1 would be great. And then you add 3 Trainer's Mail, that's 17 cards. That's almost 1 every 3 cards. That's more than 1 every 4 cards in your deck that are useful in order to get out of sticky situations, or that can potentially net you some draw, because the Trainer's Mail can get you wow, and he's gonna put me to sleep. The Trainer's Mail can get you the Ultra Ball, can get you a supporter, so there's a lot of flexibility. I don't know, it just seems like I run so many cards, like more than 1 out of every 4 cards is useful. And we now have our active Pokemon and 8 cards in our hand, and none of those are what you would expect them to be. So I'm just gonna touch the Xerneas and pass. I really cannot do anything else. I keep flipping tails on the sleep check, so I cannot even Geomancy to get more energy into play. Thankfully we do have a Darkness resist, so my opponent would need Wow. Okay, so my opponent needs all 3 heads to KO us. He gets 2 of them. And and I stay asleep, and I'm whatever. I mean, oh boy. Watch me top deck a Sycamore. Watch me top deck a Sycamore next turn. Like, seriously. Watch me top deck a Sycamore next turn. Oh man. Oh boy, oh boy. I mean, I need him to flip 3 tails. That's the only thing that would maybe potentially allow me to stay in the game. Like, the head flip or the sleep check is not even relevant at this point. And there's the heads, there's 2 heads. So, it comes down to, do we top deck out of this? I mean, I could Lysander, and maybe he doesn't have an energy to retreat, and blah blah blah. And there's a Gardevoir. Oh boy. So, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna Lysander. And I guess I'll retreat and do 20 damage. Life leap. So good. Oh man. So good. So yeah, like, what am I supposed to do? Not run any utility cards and run purely supporters in order to draw a supporter every turn, but then I won't have any flexibility, and I don't know, it's really weird. He discards an energy, so he obviously has energy in his hand. He might even have the double colorless energy to save the Shaymin. But no, it's just gonna retreat and flip 4 times. Easy peasy. And he has the Sycamore. That was his top deck as well. Like, my opponent is top decking like a god. I am definitely jealous. But thankfully, now that he has benched all of these cards, okay, he doesn't KO us. I can buy myself a couple of more turns with the Lysander, and I top deck the Sycamore. So I'm gonna prefer to stall for a turn so that I don't lose my energy. And okay, Veltal, yeah, definitely gonna Lysander up with Veltal, because Darkrai once powered up could be really threatening, and the Veltal can at most do 10 damage to me, and he would need a TC to retreat, or a Float Zone or a Switch, which, I mean, it's obviously possible, but then he also has to flip 2 more heads, and he's not attaching to... Okay, so he attaches there, perfect. He's not attaching to Malamar, which means we're not being put to sleep, and he flips tail, so maybe finally things are going our way. And actually, I didn't attack, did I? I just opted not to attack and not to heal myself. Ugh. I just opted to not attack. I'm that good, apparently. I top deck an Ultra Ball, so now that we need those cards to draw them, I get them at the worst possible time, and then I get absolutely no follow-up. Absolutely no follow-up, and he will be able to retreat. I think I should retreat myself to conserve my energy. Man, I'd have 20 less damage. Hopefully that doesn't end up mattering too much. I guess I'll attach the Spirit Link to the damaged Gardevoir, and I'm gonna pass. But yeah, we're mostly biding our time here. Like, I'm gonna need to fully set up and get myself a max potion and things like that. But at least we have the Sycamore follow-up for next turn as well. And there's a Sycamore for my opponent. We have to be aware of the fact that Malamar has a ton of HP, has 210 HP, and Darkrai can't do a ton of damage, like put us to sleep. And he's getting a lot of darkness energy into play, so its first attack is also something to consider. But we're definitely not in a bad position anymore, as long as we're able to get off something off of this Sycamore, like a Max Potion, Aromatisse. Gonna be more than halfway through our deck, so I definitely expect, yeah. Okay, so we actually get everything we could possibly hope for. I mean, the only thing that would have made this hand better would be another Spirit Link, I guess. Potentially another Spritzy. There's 5 energy in play. Do I play the Max Elixir already? I guess not yet. I will heal my Gardevoir though. I will definitely heal my Gardevoir right away. And I can potentially draw more cards with Shaymin, which is obviously great. There's a Max Potion. Make sure to select the Gardevoir and not the Xerneas, because that would be awful. And I'm gonna Shaymin for 3 more cards, and then I'm gonna play the Max Elixir. We get a nice set of 3 cards. Let's play the Max Elixir. I don't get an energy. I keep on whiffing with this. Oh well, what are you gonna do about it? The Trainer's Mail fetches us a Mega Turbo. I'm not grabbing the Sycamore because I do have the Verge and the AC to potentially recover the Shaymin. So let's use that Mega Turbo. And actually, I don't think I want to attack yet, because I have the Lysander. I could just use this turn in order to get myself a couple more energy into play. I should definitely spread out the energy, and I guess there's no way he can KO my Mega Gardevoir. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 darkness energy. So that means Dark Pulse does 120 minus my resistance, and if he Lysanders and puts me to sleep with Dark Head, he would deal 140 damage. So both Gardevoirs are safe, so I'm gonna Geomancy here, and then next turn I will potentially... That's all my energy, so I will definitely go on the offensive next turn, because I will be able to Lysander whoever I want, and I will probably go after the Malamar, because A, that guy can put me to sleep, I will get rid of 2 darkness energy from play, and it will really limit my opponent's damage output, I believe. Like, if he got all 4 head flips, he could KO the Mega Gardevoir. So that's definitely the bigger threat right now. I mean, getting 4 head flips would be pretty ridiculous if my opponent pulled that off, but it's definitely not out of the question, you know? Definitely not out of the question. Something that could ruin us a bit would be him getting a counter stadium in play, but it's not going to be the end of the world. The Skyla could definitely fetch it for him though. That could ruin all our plans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 energy in play. Okay, so looks like he's gonna go on the offensive as he gets a Float Stone. He can no longer Lysander, so our Mega Gardevoir is pretty safe. It's sitting very nicely, and I mean, this single Mega Gardevoir can potentially draw 4 prizes on its own before it gets KO'd. And I would even venture in saying it will take all 6 prizes on its own. So he does retreat for the double darkness power Darkrai, but my play is still to KO Malamar for sure. It's gonna Dark Pulse, do just enough to KO Xerneas, gets rid of 1 energy, but it's not too problematic for us. I will promote Mega Gardevoir. It's really good that I didn't just go on the offensive and KO Yveltal. I guess a lot of players could consider that last turn, but there really was no need to do that. I'm gonna spread my energy, like I'm just gonna leave the Gardevoir EX on the bench powered up just in case he decides to KO Aromatisse, and we're gonna do just enough to KO the Malamar EX. Just enough. 120 or 210 damage. Now we do get a Verse Seeker to potentially reuse the Lysandre, but what I really want is a Spirit Link. That's the one card I really want. The absolute one card I need in order to ensure I win this game. I think I'm gonna win it anyways at this point, and I didn't think I would win it at the beginning of the game. Okay, so he benches Malamar, attaches a Fighting Fury Belt, has a Verse Seeker, goes for a Birch. So he's looking for an energy to attach to Malamar and deal 140 damage. If he does that, he does flip heads, so the odds of him getting the energy are pretty big. If he does that, I'll simply AC the Mega Gardevoir, first moving the energy, of course. And he actually doesn't get it, he just uses Dark Pulse. So, as long as I KO Malamar, and wow, I actually top decked the Spirit Link, the one card I really needed. So, I'm gonna bench the Xerneas, I'm gonna pass one energy onto that Xerneas, I guess. And I think my best play is to once again KO the Malamar, so that I don't have to deal with sleep shenanigans. Or, I mean, he's not gonna KO Gardevoir, right? He's really not. I'm gonna spread the energy around to leave one energy each. And there's a victory, yeah. My opponent was never going to be able to KO 2 Gardevoir EXs. So yeah. Like, if you had bet me that I would not win the 2 games I won today, I would have taken that bet. Like, I would have bet $5 that I would not win those games, and somehow we pulled them off. So yeah. That will be all for today, guys. That's the 2 games. How we won, I have no idea, but we did win. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please leave a like on the video if you enjoyed it. I promise I will work on my complaining, as in to not complain. I need to get my emotions under control, and I will see you tomorrow in Spanish or on Friday once again in English. Thank you guys, and bye bye.